Now then, this is an idea that I got from the YouTube channel Jane Scott Ceramics, and because I'm just learning about this, she did this whole series called Homeschool Pottery or something like that, and so it's just ideal for me, as I say, because I'm learning about this. So it's just perfect for just copying techniques. Now, this was interesting, and I thought this was an ideal way of to use some of the wild clay for a start and experiment with it. By the way, I made this roller here, this rolling pin, out of a bit of ash on the lathe. So, and I think the main thing for these is to keep them cleanish. Anyway, so I just thought, right, give this a go. So I've rolled it out on the cloth covered board so it doesn't stick, and then I made this. This is a bit of that poplar. It's about 30mm thick. Just cut a 6-inch piece out on the bandsaw, and then I've rounded this edge slightly and then screwed a block to it. And because it's good and thick, you can screw a block to it. If you have something thinner and have to screw from this side, then obviously the screws will be part of the decoration, which is another thought, gives it an industrial feel. So we pop that on there, about there. Now we need to cut round this, and the several attempts I've done previously have all turned out a little bit wibbly. So I'm just wondering if I can use my thumb as a gauge. Not really, but we're trying. But I don't want to push the form out of the way. But that's sort of working. It looks a lot neater than the other attempts. And of course I'm not cutting towards my thumb, I'm using my thumb as a gauge. That'll do. There we go. So theoretically, with that cut is fairly symmetrical with this. So what we do now, we get everything out of the way and lift this up. Now you could leave this clay to sort of dry for an hour or something, half an hour, but not in direct sun, but I'm not going to. If you left it for the surface to dry a bit, it would bend. You'd have to put a bit more effort into bending it, and if you got it right then it wouldn't crack because it wouldn't be too dry. Yeah, but you'll see. So it's down to you. So all you do now on this piece of foam is just push down. And I was absolutely amazed when I saw this. And you just wiggle it around a bit like that. And I just thought, wow, look at that. Now, it comes off. Right. Okay, we've got a piece of board here. Yep. And we just put that on there like that. So then, sometimes it's this is stuck. Now the other thing I've done is I've cut these little blocks, and there's a slight curve on there. And that just stops this rim collapsing, which means the board has to be big enough to accommodate the piece and these little blocks. And there you go. I'll let that dry, and then tomorrow I shall smooth up these edges you know, then it will be fired in the kiln and then glazed. Or maybe you don't need to glaze it, I'm not sure, depends what temperature you fire it to. And then you can stick your plant pot on there and it will retain some of the water. Hope you found this interesting. I certainly did. And just experimenting and giving a go. Just this whole thing of digging your own clay and processing, it means you can do things like this and just have a go. Catch up with you soon. Comments always appreciated. Cheers for now.